Alright, what is up everybody? It's me again, Topsy, and as you can see, we are back with some more Danganronpa. It's been brought to my attention that this is actually not the final chapter, as I was led to believe. I thought that chapter 6 was the final chapter. Turns out it's actually chapter 7. So we actually got one more to go after this, but it doesn't change the fact that we're just about done with the game. At least very, very close to being done with the game. We're going to try and do our best to wrap things up in the next few days. That way we can, clear up our schedule for some future projects and not keep dragging this on, because I am about ready to start playing some, other games. I am a little bit tired of playing this. Something about, I don't know if you guys picked up on it last time, but last session, I didn't really fuck with it. It was getting on my nerves quite a bit because I thought it was just really, really annoying. It had probably the weakest writing in the game so far. But I'm gonna try and not let how I felt about last chapter get in the way of my feelings for this chapter. We're gonna try and get through the entire chapter in one session. That might not be the best idea. It might not be possible in the long run, depending on how I feel, in a few hours, but we're going to give it our best. It's currently 1:05 in the morning. I have to be up at 8:30 for work. So let's do our best to try and, not rush the chapter, but get through it in a timely manner. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right back on in. The ultimate despair. Group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. That has it? But right now...
Anyway...
Whew. Right now we have to get out of here, get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Rattle, rattle. It's locked, but we have a way to open the door. Yeah, because she has the key, the skeleton key, right? Kyoko, do you have that one thing? Monokuma secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolute vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. It can open any door in school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it to open the door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it to the keyhole. And then... click. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it took Kyoko a while to get down here, but now we're finally out. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Or just going straight to deadly life? Oh boy. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. But there's a metal a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We start climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Hello. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Oh, it's like the Snake Eater ladder. Still in a dream, Snake Eater. Climbing into darkness, the passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. It doesn't look that cramped, it kind of looks like a silo. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing, if you slip I won't be able to catch you. Oh, fuck God. Oh. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How will she remember? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. Oh, well, apparently she can remember everything. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? If it's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, is because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in it.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? We would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. You had to track him down after he went AWOL to tell him you don't want to see him again? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure the reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
When the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need him to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, they just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. We connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
Outside this door, Host Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember the hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where it will come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. It's bigger than I remember it being. The hatch opened with ease, and so... we're back in the fucking school. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't actually say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Host Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No things necessary. I'll just return the favor. So now what do we do? Glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might.
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then.
Now let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words.
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However.
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't it? Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. Mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation to Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help us with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get going. I hope all of you guys have had a good day so far. It's been a bit since last recorded, and it's only because I've been very, very, very busy as of late. I've had barely any time at all to get any kind of recording done, which has been a bit of a bummer because, that's resulted in me losing a bit of my backlog. I believe I have videos up until the 15th at the moment.
Shall we go?
Oh, wrong door, shit. Videos up until the 15th, so I have about a week left before I run out. It's just this game that I'm low on footage of though, because all the other ones I'm kind of done with at the moment. I finished Walking Dead. I finished Walking Dead. I finished House of Ashes. It's just this one right now that we're working on, so we're gonna do our best to try and wrap it up so we can not need to worry about it anymore, right? What I gotta do? Tomorrow I gotta work on editing this session, and then maybe tomorrow night record the final chapter, if I can. Or the other half of this chapter, depending on which I choose to go with. But hopefully we'll be done with the game by the end of this week. How do I do his voice again? Hey. Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But my cuddle's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed in the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
Before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right? Lose?
Hey!
You, expand yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up the life class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be the chosen at the blackened. Wait, fuck, I keep fucking it up. I was supposed to be chosen at the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, you plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't all what you were suspecting. Because you never imagined that it was in that position one person would protect another like that.
right,
In response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it will surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose. Talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What, it is a comedy routine? To make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I can find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was a killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. Would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. Could have been gripped by such despair, by the despair you love so much to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the essence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because that what you said is... because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. You want to earn our despair fair and
that's
square,
what we have to do.
I suggest you take my advice. So, what is that advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Well, this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown.
It's time for one last
One
showdown.
final battle between hope and despair.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This would be your chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer and the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept that challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you just suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
Well, this is a long way climax, right? Just getting the killer is barely fitting in.
Guys!
But for his final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around school. If you can't do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then I'll be able to qualify the victory for you.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and something to the school,
You guys.
then you'll win. But if you can't do all that, we will all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure, so what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial from Mukuro is no exception to that. Oh? Mukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations, which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's the hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step and host since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go so quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey.
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm just gonna go. You're gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. I super duper extra special punishment over for levels to spare.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. That's some weird water, huh? Not sure like that flavor. Could barely believe it, but somehow ended up not getting executed. Still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. My nose itches. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't see me just yet. The real battle's still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over this airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
Don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something like that difficult. A reason.
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost of killing each other. Or us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem,
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. All the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
But the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point.
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students supposed to be, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope, but that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast the killing game to the world, Mastermind has had to make more particular. It's had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their own rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least.
At least that's how those who are watching this will have seen it. And that's why this Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
It's precisely the reason. No matter how much no matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of the regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
But also do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. All that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge?
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me, and the path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. Didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was just making a bet.
Whew.
Looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let a quick sigh, took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been this nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, preparing a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed you my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Oh my god, so much dialogue. Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. We can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
Shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? I suppose. Going back the way I just came. Today is the 9th. Or it's the 9th now because it's 1 o'clock in the morning, but very, very, very soon we ought to be getting the new model. The new finished model, you know, fully rigged and all that. And I am very, very, very excited about that because I've been waiting quite a while for it. All of a sudden, and suddenly we're greeted with you again. I'm not gonna try. You again. Feet broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. the fuck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah. Oh, hey,
Is that
fucking assholes.
Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You guys all tried to kill me.
You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'll go choke on a fat dick, Byakuya.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Shut the fuck up, hero. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Except for... all of you. Except for Hina. Hina's the only one I like right now. Everyone's there, all the people who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Don't be a bitch.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, it seriously sneaks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo, shoo. You want to fucking talk to, Toko, you dirty bitch. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
From the indulgent next day to Happy Reunion, we explained to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I could tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're gonna redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But the decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
however,
Executing Makoto, who wasn't the Black End, is a clear violation of school regulations. The rules state that only the Black End is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And mastermind agreed. Does this mean I really did break the rules? You had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, no else, what do we do now?
About that.
But who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. Of course, to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone?
I hate you!
Hey, who said you could agree to the terms without attacking the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine with living here forever with my master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as as humanly possible.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle, a rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
By figuring out who the mastermind is and how they kill Mukuro and all the school mysteries. A pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Why? You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too at first, until Monokuma gave us that little hint. Give us that little hint of his. Hint. Already doing flashbacks to conversations we just had in this section. Oh, fucking damn it.
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step behind blah 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 blah.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Magukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised a scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in the host peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in this killing spree game. Then the mastermind is one of us. There are 15 of us in the main, and there were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. And Mukuro, you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
that's right.
And of the 16 people we started out with, the only one still alive, the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Dude, that fucking crazy would it be? Would it be if it was Hero? Wait, we can't say that for sure. We can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that to confuse us.
Indeed.
Certainly a possibility, but only one among many. Mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're the ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, and the must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was a mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe this is snuck up and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Ding dong bing bong. Is it nighttime?
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this
no,
out
this
by
is new.
now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Time for talking is done, now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely on only on myself on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. I guess I'll statement Byaka left the dining hall. God, I'm a master. He didn't take me with him.
Hey,
Do you blame him?